literally, we have 20 chickens.
And good eggs.
Yeah,
good
exactly.
Eggs.
So one of my favorite things on the property, I have a cousin who did a race across America, and I watched his 6 kids while we were fixing this place up and moving in. And as a thank you, he had 8 Honeycrisp trees shipped to us, which we made an orchard in the front of our yard. So there's a few recipes that have a lot of apples in them. So what I'm making is an apple pie, and it's very simple. Actually, so here's a fun little story. We have an older friend, Heather and I have and Jenny might know her. She died several years ago, and she was she's from England, and she was a caterer. And she had this pie crust recipe that she used to teach us how to make. By the way, full disclaimer, I'm not the best cook on the planet. I just cook a lot.
For a lot of people.
For a lot of people. So we entertain all the time. I would say there have been years where we've had company staying here more than we didn't have company. And we built a barn about 4 years ago where we do a lot of entertaining. So right now I'm just doing this apple pie. Again, see, I can't do 2 things at once. They're cutting the apples for me. They're going to put it in there, and I'm going to roll this recipe out.
All right, now, so I feel like there's the portions with the pie. If you just follow the recipe, will it come out like this?
You're going to be fine. What I do is I make this pie dough recipe, and I freeze it. So I can pull it out. I use it for quiches. I make a lot of quiches because we have a lot of eggs, and I make it for every kind of pie that I make. So I can leave it in the freezer for months and then pull it out and thaw it. So it's actually called the English pie crust after our friend Jillian.
Oh.
So anyway, so we have the apple trees. I have 5 kids. I think why I'm so passionate about family and home is because if you look around, particularly, and I'm only speaking from our area, everything is about expedience, and there's not a lot of family time or family traditions, or it's how many sports can we be involved in? Everyone's going every which way. You're getting takeout for dinner. Nobody's sitting down. And so that's why I really felt in my heart to write a book, that dealt with family and what it means to us.
So do you have a couple of family traditions that you could share with us? And hey, if you're out there and you have a family tradition, especially around the holidays, maybe put it in the chat and we can, share those with each other, because I think I get my best ideas from other people.
I would love that. So what we do 2 weeks before Christmas, and this is just a fun little thing, we wrap our 2 dining room doors completely top to bottom. We wrap them in as if it's a gift.
Christmas
and from
paper.
that moment on, no one's allowed into our dining room. And they know that it's all started. So that's one of their fun things. Christmas Eve, our family makes about 500 cinnamon rolls that my great aunt, she was asked to be a cook by Reagan. She was wonderful. She lived till she was 100 when he was governor of California. And we deliver all Christmas Eve. We deliver sweet rolls to different families. And then we come back and we have Chinese and we watch White Christmas. But anyway, for our family, it's about other people. So that's kind of where
the only family I know that has Chinese on Christmas
Eve. Yeah, the only family that doesn't go to church on Christmas Eve probably is us, because we're delivering.
My kids are 26 and they still ask for Ruth's Christmas Eve delivery.
Oh, I love that.
Oh.
Is Ruth going to come by?
Yeah. So this is just butter, flour as a roux with water, and then brown sugar and white sugar. And it just has to boil.
Is this your very English crust?
This is the very English crust.
Page 272.
Page 272 of the book.
Yes, I know. I'm watching you.
You watching me, making sure I'm doing it?
Well, and Mary, I think I do know that many people have already ordered the book, but if you haven't, it's you can order it. It'll get it in time for Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mary will put that in the chat for us as well. Okay, now we're dumping the apples, and this is always a question I have: how many apples is too many? That's a lot, because I would not.
So actually, because of TV, I have one I made earlier that I used more. Anyway, so you pour this over. I also don't like a lot of spices in my apple pie, and I just like it to taste like apples. So you pour this mixture.
Wait, now, what page is this mixture?
This is on.
I'm just trying to get it.
It's on the apple pie recipe.
Okay. There it is. Page 270.
Yes. So it's apples and just this, and then we put the top on it. And I like a rustic looking pie, so my pies are never going to look beautiful.
I like that too.
And so let's lay this.
The apples in the pie.
Yes.
I mean,
in the book.
All right.
Now,
And
so
so
this is making me feel better because I could do that.
Oh yeah, you can totally do it. Let's be clear, it's not pretty.
Do those apples come out of your orchard?
These, no.
Okay.
You know why? Honeycrisp. These are Granny Smith because they need to be tartar and a little. Yeah.
That is it.
Those
are the apples.
orchard. I mean,
It's pretty great.
beautiful.
Oh, look, she's
look.
showing it. That how
Mary is.
Mary, you're amazing.
Mary,
look at Mary
Wow.
filling it up there.
And then you go ahead and you brush egg white and water on top of it, and through the magic.
Wow.
Magic
You
of
have to put it in.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I know.
Oh wait, we gotta put the pie in.
Put the pie in. So then don't watch me.
Do you like the little divot thingies?
Look at that. It's pie service time.
You don't
Pie
make
serve.
holes.
Oh, no, she
Wow.
doesn't. Yeah.
It's so pretty.
I don't poke holes. No.
So no holes. Just
No holes.
a little bit of butter on the top so it gets nice and brown.
But it is holy. Just
It
not,
is holy.
Just not with holes.
And then you have vanilla ice cream.
Yes.
Oh, wow. I love it.
Now, didn't this used to be a dairy farm?
It did. It was a different. Actually, when we moved into this house, there were big vats in this room and the next room that were from churning all the butter. So
And some of the pictures prior to y'all's renovation are in the book.
yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
yes.
Tell us a little bit more about the story.
Well, so we have flipped houses for, as I said, we did it for about 18 years. And my mom had passed away, and we were looking for a home that had a guest house where my dad could live. And Heather and I had been praying, and she actually came and saw this property with her husband for possible investment purposes. And at the same time, we had received a letter in our mailbox saying, we'd like to buy your house for whatever you ask for it.
Their house they were currently living in
Living
a
in.
different town.
And Heather came to see this place with her husband, and she came back to me in tears and said, the Lord's told me it's for you. And I said, I don't think so.
This is your story.
Now,
Whenever you say no, you better watch it.
Exactly.
Yeah, she likes to fight it.
But okay, here's the thing. It has 3 houses on it that are literally falling down. I mean, there are stone walls falling
It was
down.
a major fixer.
So it wasn't just a normal one house.
It was
Plus the property
Yeah.
was just a disaster. And so she said, pray about it. And
I said, go and look at it tomorrow. I'll watch your kids and put an offer in tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. So we were going through the littlest house, and I had grown up watching Little House on the Prairie, and it just felt like that. And I said, make an offer. And both our house and this house wanted to close 3 weeks later. We closed 3 weeks later on the day.
I love this part too. You had been given an offer on your house that you were living in. The exact amount is
That
what
they
you
took.
offered on this house, and they said yes.
And they said yes. So the Lord cares about where you live and what you're doing.
He does.
And he knows the plans he has for you to take
Yes.
the heart of the home and help some working.
So that's what I
moms.
think. You can build on the ruins of a home. You can build on the ruins of a family. You know, and I think that that's what my heart is. It's you can start anytime.
Well, and you don't even have to have a family.
No,
having
you
been
can be
single for 30
single.
days. You
Single.
can create family
Yes.
with your
And
church
hospitality
family
and community.
You can
Yeah.
You
Yes.
can just bring people to your home. And I think what I love is as your friends gave you courage, like this gives me courage to try some things that
What-
maybe I wouldn't normally.
What I loved is my mom was never perfect in the kitchen. She couldn't cook actually at all. But she taught me that it's about people and not perfection. And so to me, it's having people and making them feel welcome.
And everybody can do a cheese plate, cheese for dinner.
No,
That's
clearly
easy.
everybody cannot do it.
Well, we're gonna have.
I want some pie.
You want some
Yeah,
pie.
we're going to serve up the pie. We are going to serve up the pie. Sadly, we couldn't send you a pie because those don't travel so well in the mail.
Pie plates.
But we do have time for some questions. If you've gotten any, Mary, does anyone here have any questions?
Well, I would like to know about the little symbol, the icon of the property. This
Okay,
little
if
playhouse.
you'll see at the beginning of the book, there is this little house.
I don't know. If
Oh, and it says HFH, it's Hungry for Home, right here. But we took that off of, on the property is this little playhouse that he was a famous architect who lived in this house in 1900. And he had built this for his daughter. It has a stone fireplace in it and a brick floor.
Wow.
And so it's just a small, teeny little house. And anyway, so we use that as our icon.
I love it. All right, so we have our first question. Somebody wanted to know, what is this material? The island.
Oh, the island. So we live near the Amish, about 45 minutes away, and they took old barnwood. So actually, here's a funny story. My husband, I wanted to design the kitchen. I designed the whole island. I did not tell him what it looked like. The Amish came, set this outside, and said, Mrs. McKinney, there's a problem. You did not measure the house. We cannot get it into your house. So I called Bob at work, and he came home and he took out our window and the whole frame around the window for us to get this in here. And he let me know that if we ever leave, it does not leave with us.